Hello and welcome back to the channel. Now today I want to talk about a book design for a special edition that's just been announced that I actually really quite like. Now if you've watched videos on this channel before, you know that I have fairly strong opinions about some of the movements in book design that have been happening recently. Strong opinions, not necessarily negative opinions, but strong opinions. Which is why I'm delighted that this book design for a very popular book is actually really very, very good. This is the design for the special edition of Red Rising being released by Del Rey. And might I say, Del Rey, you can give yourself a good pat on the back. What is it about this design that makes it so good, apart from the fact that it's really freaking awesome? There are a number of things. I just want to kind of talk about it, pull it all together, and maybe we'll learn some lessons for other special editions. I don't know, just put it out there. First of all, there is a beautiful, cohesive design. You can tell that this was brought together by one art director with a clear artistic vision who knew how to join elements together and knew how to bring out the themes of the book. Looking at the front cover, we've got what's his face? What's his name? Darrow. You've got Darrow rising out of the red. See? He's rising upwards towards Mount Olympus, whatever it was called. I don't know. I didn't like the book. He's rising up, out, and there's this kind of cool design feature of these very strong, stark, vertical red lines that are coming out of the various kind of like points of his body. First of all, that's really cool. I mean, that is epic. He's wearing kind of his gold armor. He's got his weird scythe blade thing out. I'm assuming those are like the hopping, jumping boot things, the space boots. I can't remember what they're called either. But anyway, the point is, the composition, the design, it all really comes together. You have the clear foreground and clear backgrounds. The lighting around Darrow has been designed to draw attention to him. So first of all, you have main staged this main character. I mean, I think that is just very well designed and also very well drawn. I can't quite work out whether this has been perhaps worked on like a 3D model that has then been kind of painted over, or quite exactly how it's been done, but I have nothing but praise to say for whoever did do the artwork. I think it's absolutely extraordinary. And then as you go onto the outside of the slipcase, you have a continuation of this kind of this art style. You know, the camera is pointing up. And kind of like you can see that it's almost like the camera's at about knee height and you're looking up at the character, which gives them this really epic, godlike feel with the kind of the atmospheric effects kind of whipping her hair around. And I mean, that's consistent between the front cover and the cover of the slipcase. So once again, there's a continuity of style. There's a homogeny. It's all one item that works very well. Now, another thing that makes this an excellent special edition is the presence of the slipcase. You know, slipcases really do make a book feel special, which is why Folio Society, you know, all of their books have slipcases. You really know that you're buying something like a precious object when it's contained inside a slipcase. And I do understand why, you know, commissioners of special editions don't always go for the slipcase, because it is, after all, an added cost. But if you're buying a special book, you kind of want it to be as special as possible. And so I like that by default we have a slipcase. I like as well the fact that there's a kind of an inversion of the standard Red Rising cover. You know, you have, rather than white or red items on black, you have red on white. So it makes the text, you know, really kind of strident. You've got that nice kind of Roman titling style that suits the epic Romanesque theme of the Red Rising saga very well. We have some non-offensive sprayed edges that actually really contribute well to the design. You know, I think that I'm softening a bit on sprayed edges at the moment, and I'm seeing a lot more of the more cohesive design sprayed edge elements coming through. And I like that here they haven't gone for some really flowery, over-the-top design, because after all, you're not adding the sprayed edge design onto a book that has already been designed. It is part of a holistic design effort. So the sprayed edge in this case is just a kind of continuation of the colour and that gradient. So I think that works quite well. It's kind of quite dusty and cool. Yeah, I think it's completely inoffensive and nice. On the back cover of the book itself, we have another piece of art. Again, the camera is pointing up at the character, and I think that this is really good continuity again, and also like a slightly different kind of darker red. And often you'll find that the back cover of a book is darker than the front cover, because after all, that's not the, you're not going to be facing that out, so it's not the thing that is designed to draw the eye. It's kind of a bonus. I think that maybe the art is moving a little bit away from the style of the front, which has a lot of gold, and then the front of the slipcase, which has a lot of white. But I think it's fair. I think it suits it. I think it fits. If I have one critique of this special edition, it is the quote on the back of the slipcase. I don't know. This always feels quite cheesy to me whenever I see a quote on a special edition. Like, I get it that this is an important stanza of poetry, well, of song from the book. I can understand you might want to put some text there. You might not want to leave that blank. Personally, I would have left it blank with the rose petals, but it's not terrible. I mean, the font is, again, it would probably be better if someone had actually written that and they hadn't just typed it out with a font, but you can't ask for everything. And then we come to the inside of the book, and we have some end papers which show the map of the solar system. Now, I think that's absolutely fair. You know, I've seen it done before. In fact, there you go, in Leviathan Wakes, it's exactly the same thing. You have the map of the solar system on the inside. And I mean, to be honest, I actually think I prefer the one from this special edition, the Red Rising one. I think that is very effective. The design is cool, having space being red. I mean, if I'm being very nitpicky, the sizes of the moons aren't consistent, because Phobos and Deimos from Mars's moons are actually incredibly small, and on here it looks like they're similar size to our moon. Astronomically, I have issues, but not design-wise. I think it's fine. I mean, I don't love that faux gold in the badge in the right-hand side corner, but it's okay. It's perfectly fine. And then the additional added feature of a fold-out poster. They see, this is fun. This is good. I mean, I don't know who would put that on their wall, but it's all right. You know, it's good fun. When I receive a special edition, I wanted to have those little bonuses. In fact, you know, come to think of it, like the Legends and Lattes little postcard that came with the Broken Binding edition. I mean, why don't they still do this? This is great. I love this. It's just nice to receive extra things when you buy a book, especially if you're spending, well, this is currently at £40 on Amazon. I don't know if that's going to stay there, because here's the other thing. It's being published by Del Rey, who only have the rights to sell Red Rising overseas. For us UK folk, our version of Red Rising is published by Hodescape, so we probably won't get to see this. I highly doubt that this version will be for sale retail, that I don't think Laura and I will be able to get it in the shop, for instance. So, I mean, personally, I won't be buying it because I didn't really like the book, but I do love this design and I think it's really special. I think for people who do like the book, this has got to be the ultimate edition. I mean, how cool is it? Those are my thoughts on this special edition of Red Rising. Do you agree? Do you disagree? I'm interested to hear from you, especially if you are a designer, or maybe even if you're a fan of the Red Rising series, and what your thoughts are on the design. Please get down in the comments and let me know what your thoughts were. Thank you very much for watching. We'll catch you in the next video. See you soon. Okay, now I need to do a